Yep. So thank you for having me. My name is Derek Linderman, and I'm testing for my probationary black belt. It's fitting that I get to follow Kurt, as I was the one who got him to sign up, as he mentioned. Pretty much stole my whole speech. And as I was driving over from Orlando from work trying to get here, and I have an event tonight, we learned a lot of lessons that learn something to make something better and prepared, and we talk about that. One of the things I didn't do is pack my gear for today. So just like Kurt, I showed up, but I wanted to be here and make sure that I got back and to do this. So first of all, I want to say that, the kids who have came up here, it's going to be in my speech. The confidence level that you guys showed in your speeches is just tremendous. I just got back from 3 days of meetings, giving speeches to my teams. It's never easy. We're always nervous to do it, right? I'm nervous now, we all are, but you guys did a great job of doing that. So Eric can probably follow with me, Sensei Thomas. Growing up, Gen X in the 80s, we played hard, we fought, we played a lot of sports, we raised ourselves. So as my adult life, I never really worried about defending myself. I knew how to do that. I thought I did, right? So as Eric mentioned, in the 2020s, COVID hit, the world kind of changed in a lot of ways. Seemed to get a little bit more violent. And, I said, I think I need some practice here. I need a little bit of training. So I stopped by the dojo one day, said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go in and give it a shot. And I stopped by and Grandmaster was inside. We were locked, or I think you guys were on vacation that week for winter break. But he unlocked the door, came out, invited me in. We sat down and talked for 20 minutes. And I decided this is what I want to do. I want to sign up and start my journey. So I signed up. I'm confident. Sensei Thomas was my instructor. We got going in our adult only class, and I thought I was good. I had a good right cross. I thought I'm tough. I can muscle my way out of it. One night before our class started, I watched his black belt class, and I realized at that point I didn't know anything. I had a long way to go. They were doing a stress drill, and watching the black belts do their stress drill, fending off, sticks and knives and guns. As people came at them and got back to fighting, I was very impressed. The one word I could use, it was pure mayhem. But I wanted to do that. So continued my journey into doing that. I was very impressed at how they accomplished that. So that's myself and how I got into this. The two things that really impressed me about this KMA and the dojo itself is one is the instructors. So Sensei Mac, who somebody mentioned earlier, was my first instructor with Sensei Thomas. Sensei Ali, the way you handle everything and always upbeat. Sensei Charlie, the power you show, and it's just, you want to be like that. Sensei Aiden, I sit there and talk to him sometimes and forget that he's still in high school. He carries himself like an adult, and he seems like he's one of my peers the way he carries himself. I went to Grandmaster a couple weeks later just to let him know how impressed I was with his staff. In my career, I've hired hundreds of people, interviews. These are the type of people I'm looking for. They're confident. They can communicate. They are great. They're great teachers. So that's kudos to you, Grandmaster. I don't think you got so lucky in your hiring process. I think it has something to do with you. So I could name all of the other instructors, how great you guys are, how great, the new group coming up is. But if you ever need extra motivation, watching Sensei Winston do a stress drill will give that to you. The pure power and speed and confidence he goes through it makes me want to be better. I'm sure it makes everybody else want to be better. The second thing that really impressed me is the kids here. I mentioned that earlier. So to all the parents in the room today, I want to say thank you for signing them up. If you've ever questioned your decision or somebody's asked you, hey, that's pretty violent, right? It's a great decision that you guys have made. These kids are growing up to be young adults just like the instructors. They're going to that same career path. A couple of them that I want to mention, and I could mention them all, but Sensei Ali told me I only have 5 minutes, is Noah. So I went to high school with Noah's father and his uncle told me that he was in the class, and I was excited to see him. One of my first classes, he saw me in my little white belt. He was just becoming a probationary black belt. He came up and gave me a fist bump. And every time he did that, I was excited. He did it every time he saw me. He goes, I want to train with you one day. You're going to be in my class. Well, 3 months ago, I started training with him, and I appreciate it, Noah. Thank you for all the support you give. The second is Emma. And if you guys have taken a back kick from Emma in the chest, you'll understand what I'm saying. So she probably doesn't even know this, but she's taught me lessons. So when Shihan Caroline, I'm sorry, lines us up in the black belt class on Monday, it's a big class. All the instructors are in the front row who are training with us. Then the black belts are in the second, the probationaries are in the third, and us new guys like me and Kurt are in the back. So sometimes Shihan will say, let's do this. And I'm like, I think I know that. Let me see if I can find one of the instructors, because I don't want to be the person who raises my hand and says, can you show that? This is a black belt class. So I realized right away that Emma knows. Emma, and she's usually right in the row in front of me. So I can look at there and say, yes, I'm doing it right, because Emma's doing it right, because she always does it good. So thank you, Emma. I'm sure you didn't know that, but you've taught me lessons. So, and the third person I want to point out working with is JP. The kid's a man-child. He is, he's next, so he's got to come up. So he's big, he's powerful, he's strong, and he's impressive in the class. But the one thing that impresses me the most is the confidence. We talked about that a lot today in these speeches, is the confidence you gain. Anytime Shihan says anybody want to demonstrate, he's the first one to raise his hand and go up and show that he can do it and show other people how to do it. So it's very impressive. So impressive, I asked him one day, how much longer until you can drive? He said, dude, I'm 11. Like, he carries himself, I think that's the age, but he carries himself like a young adult, just like your instructors do. So, as we mentioned, the world's a crazy place. Life's not fair, punches you in the face sometimes, but I think all the kids in this room are getting that training, like the instructors, to be successful in life, and I have no confidence with KMA in your leadership that they will be successful in life. Thank you.